Bennett Matthew Gooding was my best friend. You would never find one of us without the other when we were younger. I've known Ben since I was about 18 months old, and I went to his mom's daycare center, off of 23. As toddlers, we were demonstrative, we were rambunctious, we were fools with big dreams and no worries. We were always with each other, probably from 6 a.m. to 5 p.m. every day through the summer, on 4th. And then when the school hit around, we would probably still see each other every weekend. And then by the time we got in 6th grade, we'd grown out of our phase of Pokemon cards and Game Boys to sports and girls. He lived on a farm, so it was the first time I really ever experienced that type of lifestyle. I'm from Palo, Ohio. I was from the suburbs, and there's not really horses, there's not really sheep, goats, four-wheelers, any of that in Palo, Ohio. So it was like a whole new life to me, and it just opened up just a brand new option of what I could do. By the time we were high schoolers, we grew a little more distant, but still we were brothers. It was just a known fact. Every time I came over there's a hug and food on the table, or we were just acting on each other's day, we were seeing each other's girls. Basically everything that you'd expect from your best friend. By the time we got to 16 years old, Ben found out what he wanted to do with his life. He loved cars. He loved racing in them. He loved speeding. He loved taking care of them. He loved working on them. It was his passion. That's what he lived for. When Ben was a senior, he got a DUI. He was drinking and driving, and he hit a guardrail with his car speeding, and he lost his license for 6 months. And his mom then told him that he could not drive and grounded him for driving and privileges. So until he was about 18. And next off, we will talk about how my best friend was killed thanks to his passion. I was at Panera Bread working on October 13th, 2014. When I saw a post on Facebook, I read slowly, not anticipating the significance of what I was about to read. I slowly just started moving, and in quotes, Bennett Matthew Gooding, 21, was pronounced dead at the scene. I remember walking to the back office and just sitting there with my hand on my forehead looking at my phone, motionless. I've never really experienced death before. I've never really felt a death in a family, a best friend. I never had that. I guess you can call me fortunate, but it shook me pretty hard. A kid by the name of Jared Cummings called me and told me the story that I had just read. And Jared went to Donadale with us. I've known him since I was about 3, so we were all pretty close. Ben's car had flipped multiple times. He went about off the road a little bit, and his brakes locked up. He was going about 85 to 90, and his car hit the ditch and flipped, and he was ejected and killed immediately. Ben was a man who always brought a smile to your face. He wasn't really afraid of anything. He wasn't afraid to die. He wasn't afraid to show how he felt towards someone. He wasn't afraid to, go out and get in a fight or just be there for you when you needed you. It was the first time I cried in a long, long time. It was surreal. It was a nightmare, honestly. My best friend had just been killed at 21 years old. It was an illusion and a bad trip. It was anything. I wanted it to be anything besides reality. If there's one thing my best friend taught me, it's just not to take life for granted. He had a laugh that just made you crack up. And he wasn't afraid of anything or anyone. I mean, if you had a problem, he'd take care of it. And if you needed a hug, he'd offer you his hand and his open arms. At his funeral, when I had to hug his mom, I didn't think I was ever that strong. Like, actually that strong. Where you had to hold herself back, not to cry. His family was like my second family, so whenever I had a problem with my family, I'd always go over there, and then I'd always stay there for a couple of weeks. The community has continued to support Ben and his family. And their messages to everyone is to wear your seatbelt because it does save lives. Ben is a man who worshipped every day. He went to church. There is no really why. But Ben is a man who has brought great joy to hundreds and hundreds of people who have affected him, who has touched their lives, and who has still continued to touch the lives of all the friends that he just met throughout his young, short life. And if there's anything that he would want to say to you, or his family would, or I would, on his behalf, it is just to wear your seatbelt, because we lost truly a great man today. Thank you.